So hey guys, welcome back to my channel again, and in this video I'm just gonna be talking about my makeup essentials, what I mostly use, and what I think are the basics if you are a guy out there who's trying to start out on what to make them more groomed or make them more look groomed. And this is the channel for you and the video as well, so keep on watching. So now let's start with foundation. I use either a powder foundation or a liquid foundation depending on my day, the activity of my day. If I'm gonna be running, sweating, or because I sweat, if it involves a lot of physical activity, then I try to offer more foundation that will stick to your skin, that it will not run down right away. And either I use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. I do use a lot of foundation, and I also use this, my favorite, one of my holy grails is this NARS, or this foundation from Chanel. There are other good foundation, drugstore foundations out there in the market. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have these. These just what are the perfect shade for me, because it's super important to find the right shade, especially if you're someone like me who's after for a no makeup or kind of just, alam mo yung healthy glowing skin lang and natural looking skin. So these are my top go-to. If my day is not extra special, I mostly use a powder. And what I love about powder foundation is if you just want to make your skin even and you want to just look more groomed and at the same time show a little bit of your skin, because this one, if you wet this one and then you apply it, then it becomes full coverage. But if not, you just lather it on your face, then it's just a good medium coverage, I would say. So at the same time, you show a little bit of the quality of your skin, and at the same time it gives you that illusion of a perfect even complexion. Why I love powder foundation. They're more easier to touch up. If you started oiling up, you can just put this in your pocket and in your pouch like this, or in your bag, and then you're good to go. Or if not, you can always have this, the oil control film, and you're good. After the foundation, after finding the right foundation, if you want to achieve that natural looking look, is a concealer. Actually, a good foundation, if you have a good foundation, sometimes you almost don't need a concealer, because especially, for example, if you're breaking out, if you, depending on your skin type, if you're really severely breaking out, it's almost time consuming to spot correct or spot conceal the areas that you need concealing. So you're much better off to wear a liquid foundation, and sometimes powder foundation doesn't do the job. So if you're breaking out, you're better off to just use a full coverage liquid one. But if you're just suffering from, so it depends. Sometimes for guys out there, either you need a concealer or you need a foundation. If you don't have that much skin issues on your skin, then you're better off with a concealer. Like for example, konting redness lang, or discoloration from your under eye area, then you're better off with a concealer, because you don't need that much coverage. For example, for me, if I have like a few breakouts or I get like a few zits and then I just spot conceal, I either love using this Fenty Beauty in the shade of Almond, because it's so on the go. And you can just like toss this, and then you don't have to use like your fingers. You just have to like dab it and then use your fingers to blend it. And I think that is what most guys need. Either a good foundation if you have bad skin days, or a good concealer that just to minimize those imperfections in your skin, but still achieving a natural look. The rest of the makeup that I'll be talking is optional. And ako kasi, I am so addicted with this sun-kissed glowing look. So I love a good bronzer. If I'm gonna be using a liquid foundation like what I used in this video, which was this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. I like to use a cream blush or a bronzer mostly. I do have a other cream blush from Charlotte Tilbury, and I love to use this nude sticks in the shade of Bondi Bay. What I love about this one is that it gives you that natural dew right away. And another thing about this product is if you're another on the go, it comes with a brush in the tip at the other end of the product. So diba? You can just, I don't usually use this actually. I have never used this actually. I either have a beauty sponge with me or I just use my finger to spread it all over if I'm super on the go. I also love this Private Island from Fenty Beauty. There you go. Because of my skin tone and because of my skin type, I mostly fall with the bronzer in the shades like this. Na medyo sun-kissed ka lang talaga ng onte. That gives you that parang healthy looking skin. I would advise for guys to avoid blushes depending on the shade of the blushes, or depends on how you apply it as well. I do have a blush, but it's more on a deeper kind of red na parang it looks like you have rosacea. If you are not familiar, just Google what rosacea is. And if I'm a little extra, like a little sunburned, super sunburned, I put it here, or like what they call drunk blush kind of look. I don't really wear like lipsticks, or I mostly just wear lip balms to hydrate my skin and my lips, sorry. And this pouch, actually ang laman talaga nito mostly is concealer, and then my Bobbi Brown and my bronzer. And I have this brush from L'Oreal kasi this is like all-in-one na. Like I use for my powder, and then after that I just use a tissue, and then tanggalin ko lang yung konting shade from the foundation, and then I use the bronzer. So it's super duper handy. And if you're really in an event, this one. I'm not mostly, like for example, into like reapplying because you're so busy within the day and you tend to forget to reapply. But if it's really like a major event, or if it's like a date night, I just use this, or I use a oil sheet film to just blot the areas that I need blotting, and then that's it. I'm actually good to go. What I love about these foundations is they really last you a long day, and I love the formulation. I love the feeling on my skin. I love how it glides on my skin, and I love the kind of finish that it gives me, especially as I'm the type of person na gusto ko lang talaga na ma-achieve yung healthy, no makeup look. And like I said from my earlier statement, is if you have a good foundation and you just want to address the entirety of your face, of the entirety of your skin, then you need a good foundation. But if you have good skin, if you have genetically gifted skin at mga problems mo lang is konting redness, or for example, you have like visible veins on your nose or here or wherever, you don't have to cover the entire skin of foundation. A good concealer will do. I've seen a lot of people wear, especially guys, wear foundations or BB creams that's out of their shade, and it makes them look that you do have foundation on. And most of the time, mostly it's girls who's gonna notice me like, oh my god, you have good skin, especially at night, because they're the ones who are mostly. But those who doesn't have, especially those in the Philippines, not everyone is like into makeup, but most girls would approach me, oh my god, like you have good skin. And some guys as well, actually, like, what do you put on your skin? But I just tell them it's just mostly makeup. I do kilay because I like to have the illusion that I have a symmetrical face. I don't. And I like to put a little bit of length on my other side of my brow that is shorter compared to this one. And I like to make it a little bushier. So, but kilay is actually optional, and it will take you a lot of time to master what works for your face. It took me some time. It took me the right experimentation of finding the right shade as well. Dahil sabi ko, makapal na yung kilay ko, and I really had like black brow. So the first time I started is I bought a really dark black brow pencil. But from the beginning, I already knew na dahil makapal yung eyebrows ko, so hindi ko kailangan ng makapal na braces like or like a pencil. I just need the thin brow definer like this, like more defined, because I already have thick brows, so I can just fill in the bald spots and then make it more even. And at the same time, with this shade, if you have a black eyebrow like me or a dark hair like that, it will just give you an illusion that it's just like gliding. Unlike when you wear darker colors, it's like a stamp. It stays there. It's so structured. And if you're into that look, then go ahead. It's all also a matter of preference, I would say. So if that color works for you, why not? Go ahead, you know, if you feel good, if you feel handsome, if you feel sexy in that shade, in that color, be it, own it. But these are just the shades that I am comfortable, especially with the eyebrow, because I don't want to look like I have an obvious done brows. Although a lot of girls are asking me, OMG, you have a really nice brow. Because I just tell them, no, I kind of fix it, I kind of draw on it, and I use a shade that would make it look like really natural. But I do groom my eyebrows, because for me, it defines your face. It really gives you that structure on your face if you have a symmetrical kind of looking eyebrow. Although I fail to have a symmetrical eyebrow, but I try my best all the time. I am still in that finding my right technique and the right angle to make this both even. It's really hard, but yeah. So I think just to summarize this video, what you need, for me, basic necessities, like essentials if you're into makeup, is a good foundation, either a good powder foundation or a good liquid, depending on your skin type, whether you're oily, normal, dry, or combination. And after that is a good concealer. So for a lot of guys out there, if you do have good skin, skip all the foundation, just spot treat what you need to spot treat, then conceal. That's it. And third is, you know what? Actually, I can live without a bronzer, but I have to fix my eyebrow. Yeah, I have to fix my eyebrow, because sometimes a bronzer gives you that a little extra, like a little. But you know, actually, the truth is, I need all these. I'm not gonna lie, I need all these. Because sometimes, if you're just wearing a foundation, especially if you're wearing just a liquid foundation, you look like a blank canvas. There are at least so many shades that goes into your skin that gives you that natural looking, healthy skin. So, and a bronzer balances that. For girls, it's different. They can wear so many shades. But if you're into that kind of thing, go ahead as well. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, for me, these are the ones that works for me best to achieve that really nice, healthy looking complexion, is a good bronzer, a good shade of a bronzer. I've seen a lot of bronzers out there. What I love about cream blushes is it's not that even, so it gives you that a little bit of a messy look. But yeah, so I guess that's it, guys. Those are the makeup essentials that you need. And thanks for watching. So if you like this channel, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and please follow me on my Instagram, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and goodbye.